Hey everyone, if I said the AK-47 is the most dangerous gun on the planet, I'm sure many of you would laugh and say, wow, this admin must be crazy. But hold your laughter for a moment. Imagine a gun that works perfectly in any condition, that anyone can learn to use in just a few minutes, and that has appeared all over the world. So, is that really such a crazy claim? Let's uncover the secrets of the AK-47. The weapon that changed the course of modern warfare. First, let's take a closer look at the AK-47, a gun everyone thinks they know. Something so common it feels almost ordinary, yet it's anything but ordinary. Its story begins with the man who created it, Mikhail Kalashnikov. He was born in 1919, in a small rural village, into a poor farming family with many children. A humble beginning, for a man who would one day change the battlefield forever. By the time Kalashnikov was 13, he was already working in a tractor workshop, starting with small, simple tasks, slowly picking up mechanical skills one piece at a time. At 20, World War II erupted, and he joined the Red Army as a tank mechanic. But in 1941, during a fierce battle, Kalashnikov was wounded and sent to a hospital. And it was there, lying on a hospital bed, that he kept hearing soldiers complain about Soviet weapons. Some guns fired fast but were wildly inaccurate. Others could shoot far but were painfully slow. And many jammed the moment they met mud, rain, or freezing cold. Those experiences lit a fire inside Kalashnikov, a determination to create a weapon that could do it all: tough, reliable, effective, and simple enough for anyone to use. And from that idea, the AK-47 was born. Of course, not everyone believes the story. Many Western commentators still call it a myth. How could a wounded soldier, with only basic mechanical training and zero experience in weapon design, create a rifle so effective that even seasoned engineers of the time struggled to match it? But legend or not, after countless prototypes and failures, Kalashnikov finally introduced the AK-47 in 1947. The name itself tells the story. 47 for the year 1947. A for automat, meaning automatic. And K for the man behind it all, Kalashnikov. When the rifle was first introduced, a Soviet lieutenant general in charge of weapons also presented his own design. But the moment they tested the AK-47, its performance was so far ahead that even the general had to admit defeat. Not long after, Kalashnikov himself was promoted to the rank of lieutenant general. By the time the AK-47 was born, the war was already over. Yet its power, reliability, and simplicity allowed it to spread faster than anyone expected. It quickly became the standard rifle of many armies, especially within the communist bloc. And once the Soviet Union adopted it as their official assault rifle, the entire Warsaw Pact followed right behind. What's truly remarkable is how simple the AK-47 really is, with just 8 moving parts. A rifle can be disassembled and reassembled by an 8-year-old boy in Uganda after less than an hour of instruction. It's so tough that almost nothing can break it. Drag it across desert sands, drop it into mud, even submerge it in a river, forget to clean it for months. And it still works perfectly. The gaps and mechanisms of the AK-47 are deliberately coarse, designed to resist any dirt or debris that would jam most other rifles. There are countless reports of AK-47s buried in jungles, left in swamps, yet with just a single kick from a boot, they would fire immediately. During the Vietnam War, the US military relied on the M16, but at first, it was considered a disaster. Unlike the AK-47, the M16 required careful cleaning, and its chamber wasn't chrome-plated like the AKs. As a result, many early M16s quickly corroded or jammed, To the point where 30 to 40% of America's assault rifles simply couldn't hold a candle to the AK-47s in the hands of the North Vietnamese army. Weapon production in the Soviet Union seemed to follow one simple principle: perfection is the enemy of good. The T-34 tank, the MiG-15 fighter jet, and the AK-47 rifle all stand as proof of this philosophy: built well enough, quickly, and in massive numbers, rather than wasting time chasing absolute perfection. This idea works a lot like the 80-20 rule. You can spend just 20% of the cost and still get 80% of the performance, instead of pouring in the remaining 80% just to fix the last 20. And the AK-47? It was incredibly cheap. People used to say that in parts of the developing world, a good AK could be bought for the price of a live chicken. Even former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan once mentioned that some AK-47s had been sold for as little as $15. In reality, the price of an AK-47 usually ranges from around $130 up to $1,000 for nearly new rifles, and even higher during periods of high demand. In the United States, a fully automatic AK-47 manufactured in China can sell for as much as $10,000 on the black market, while semi-automatic versions range from $400 to $3,500, averaging around $1,500. To this day, the AK-47 remains the most widely used rifle in the world, with around 100 million units produced, deployed by over 50 national armies, and countless other armed groups. People favor it for its incredible reliability, low production cost, its ability to function in extreme conditions, and its ease of use. It accounts for roughly 15% of the world's small arms, and is the most commonly used weapon in conflicts and wars, wielded not only by governments and armies, but also by movements, NGOs, criminal organizations, and the underworld alike. The AK-47 has countless variants, produced in countries like China, Vietnam, Israel, Finland, Poland, Serbia, and even the United States. But because it became so widespread, used not only by militaries, but also by criminal groups, the AK-47 eventually turned into a tool for darker purposes: robbery, massacres, terrorism, unjust wars. A weapon that has taken the lives of millions. We all know nuclear bombs, incredibly powerful, but so dangerous that no one actually dares to use them. They've become more of a symbol than a real battlefield weapon. But the AK-47 is a completely different story. It's just a small firearm, yet mass-produced to over 100 million units. And it has caused casualties on a scale that's genuinely hard to comprehend. So if someone says the AK-47 is the most dangerous weapon in the world, well, that might be completely true. So what do you think? A small rifle, yet powerful enough to shape history and the fate of millions. Is its impact the result of the technology itself, or the way humans choose to use it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective.